Hello, everyone. This is another Black Conservative. I'm Ryan Bowden. Thank you all for joining me. So, right now, as you see, I am in my new apartment. I'm in the process of getting it fixed up. Thank God I made it, right? Kind of sore, but I'm here. Thank God for that. What I want to talk about in this video is former Vice President Mike Pence making the statement that in 2024, voters are going to make a better choice in choosing the next president other than Trump. That's what he said. Look, I'm not. I don't hate Mike Pence. Look, I don't hate this guy at all. I don't hate him at all. But before I even start reading this short article I'm about to get into, I believe that he's paid. He's paid for it too. He's paid for it too. As you notice, things are starting to mount up against Trump. It's starting to mount up against him. So let's go. Let's get right into this. Let's get right into this. So the article starts off with former Vice President Mike Pence said Thursday on FNC's The Story that he believes Republican primary voters will make, quote, better choices than nominating former President Donald Trump for the 2024 election. Host Martha McCollum said, so when the former president announced that he was going to get in the race, you said then that you believe that the American voter would have better choices than him. This is the latest polling. Donald Trump at 54%, DeSantis at 24%. You are at 6% and on down the line here. That's kind of funny you say that. Because you way down there, bro. You talking about better choices? So then he says, what do you think about the fact that these numbers are so strong right now, sir? And Pence says, look, it's early in this process. I do think we'll have better choices. I think nobody could have defeated Hillary Clinton in 2016 other than Donald Trump. But I think come 2024, our party will choose the right standard bearer to meet this moment to strengthen America at home and abroad. Before I go any further in this, these politicians that are paid and controlled by the elites, they know what words to use. I believe they bank on the average American's ignorance of politics and ignorance of what's going on. Because the average American, not all, but the average American, the average Joe Schmo that's out there, they're not thinking about politics. They're not thinking about Republicans or Democrats or any of the stuff that's going on. They're too busy partying. They're too busy having a good time. They're too busy getting their freak on. They're not thinking about any of this stuff. And I believe that these control politicians know what words to use and terminology to use to manipulate the masses based on their ignorance. Here he's talking about strengthen America at home and abroad. We were already strengthening America in America at home and abroad when Trump was in office. Now that he's out of office, you can't see it. It's amazing to me. It's like, really, people can't see this? I don't believe that though. I don't believe it. I'm gonna give you further in my commentary. But really, I mean, are you serious? Are you serious? Look, we are on the verge of World War III. I mean, I don't need to name the negative stuff. But let's go on. And my family and I continue to reflect on what role we might play in that. And I promise to keep you informed of any decisions we make. McCollum asks, do you think that his legal challenges should or will disqualify him from running in 2024? Pence said, quote, at the end of the day, I'd rather we leave these decisions to voters. Let's bring the American people the truth. Let's talk about the record. Let's talk about a vision for the future. Stop right here. Let's talk about the record. Let's talk about a vision for the future. Let's talk about the record. Let's talk about a vision for the future. What record are you talking about? Because if you're talking about Trump's record, his record is great. The 4 years that man had in office, a significant number of Americans know that his record was great. All except those that watch the mainstream media. CNN, MSNBC, CBS, they're going to cover that up. They have covered it up. That's a lie coming from the mainstream media. I say this all the time on Facebook. I post this on Facebook a lot. The mainstream media is poison. And I know I'm on the FBI's list, so I'm going to say what I'm going to say. So it is what it is. I was on their list to begin with. I'm still going to tell you the truth. The mainstream media is poison. They're covering up stuff. During the 4 years that Trump was in office, he didn't have a perfect record, but he had a much better record than Biden. Come on, man. What are you talking about? But he says, let's talk about a vision. This is what Pence says. Let's bring the American people the truth. Let's talk about the record. Let's talk about a vision for the future. What is the truth, Mr. Pence? What is the vision for the future? A one-world government? He goes on, but I just trust Republican primary voters. I trust the American people to choose the right leadership for America. They've done it again and again. I'm confident we'll do it again in 2024. And that's the end of that article right there. But yeah, I mean, it's like, come on, man. I mean, really, are you serious? Like I said, I don't hate Pence. I really don't hate him in any way. He's a politician. Politicians do what they do. But I'll say this: I believe that the best option for America is Trump. Now, I know Trump has his legal problems, and I know he's not perfect, but his policies are more in line with what the people in America want. I guarantee you, if you ask the average American person in this country, if you ask the average person, let's be realistic now. Apart from all of this stuff about, you know, whether or not we like Trump or not, or whether or not he made some mean tweets or whatever, forget about all of that. Let's deal with the policies. Policies is what's key here. Let's deal with the policies. What are his policies? Okay, when he was in office for 4 years, if you ask the average American, they're going to tell you they didn't have all these troubles that we have today. They didn't have these high gas prices. They didn't have this fear of, we on the verge of World War III and so forth. They didn't have that. They didn't have the borders opened up and all these MS-13 gang members coming inside. They didn't have all of this type of stuff going on. The only, I would say, stress that was placed upon the average American person was the crap that the mainstream media was putting on him. Trump's a racist. I'm not going to go over all of that because it's redundant. It's redundant. I've been talking about this for the longest, and if most people don't want to hear about it, then I don't even bother. They didn't close their minds. They're under mind control. I'm not going to bother. But for people that are kind of out of the matrix, they see. And this whole idea of Pence talking about the American people are going to know who to vote for in 2024. It don't seem to. You're saying that DeSantis. I don't think DeSantis has actually announced that he's going to run. If he did, you guys put it in the comment box below. I didn't catch that. I've been pretty busy moving and so forth, so I haven't been really catching much of anything. But if he did announce that he's running, he's way down. Trump is way ahead of him. And I was reading somewhere where it was talking about that Biden, Trump and Biden about the same, and that's what really disturbs me. It's like I don't fully trust the numbers because it's like you're saying Biden and Trump are close. How is that? Biden's policies are a complete failure. How come people can't see that in this country? Name something that man is doing that is good for the American people. I'm not talking about for the Buka Buka country or whatever. I'm talking about for America. Name something that he's doing good right now. Name it. Put it in the commentary box. For people who pro Biden, you just gonna be for him anyway because you're a Democrat and you don't care. You was born a Democrat. You're gonna die a Democrat. All this nonsense. Put it in the commentary box and show me because I'm not seeing it. A significant number of Americans are not seeing it. So how is it, making a diversion here, how is it that him and Trump in the polls are kind of like the same, right? Biden should be way down here. What's going on here? What is wrong? Is it the American people? Are they so is the rod, that's extension still in the back of their head and they're still plugged into the matrix and they have this illusion that everything is okay? Is that it? Or what? What's going on? Or somebody just taking the polls is lying and they won't tell you the truth about how low Biden's numbers is or what? What's going on here? You know what I mean? It's like, this is crazy. This is absolutely ridiculous. It shouldn't be. It shouldn't be. Now, as far as the question being asked Pence about Trump's legal problems, will that interfere with him becoming the president? Here's my answer to that. With the people that's voting for him, no. I don't think it will. I think it would just motivate more and more people to vote for him because they see that he's the best option. He's imperfect, but he's the best option. This whole legal situation has nothing to do with him being in politics. This is outside of politics, and yet they're trying to, on the flip side of the same token, it would be for the elites because the elites have been after Trump from day one, before he got in office, while he was in office, And now that he's out of office, they've been after him. So now they feel they got him. The purpose is to, what is it, elevate that misdemeanor to a felony. If it's elevated to a felony, from what I understand, and correct me in the comment box, that will prevent him from running, which will be the objective. Because I believe the elites are extremely terrified. They're scared that this man is going to get back in office and undo everything that they've done, which is completely just fracture this country. Let me say this, and I'm going to end this video. I'm going to start summing this up. When Trump was in office, right, the division was mostly caused by the mainstream media's projection of Trump. He's a racist. He's a homophobic. He's a this. He's a that. He hates everybody else. And then they covered up his policies, which were actually helping the country in terms of protecting the borders, freeing up countries, raising these regulations off these companies and freeing them up to be more innovative, so they could bring in more profits, so they could raise up the wages of the workers. All of these type of things, right? But on the other hand, you have the situation with Biden. When Biden got in office, the division was not projected by the mainstream media because the mainstream media tried to cover Biden up, cover up his flaws. The division is caused by his flaws, Biden's flaws in his policies. Not flaws in character, flaws in his policies. You don't have to say something about this man's character. Just look at the policies. He could have an impeccable character, but his policies stink. So the division in the country is coming from his policies, because you got people who are like, man, this man is a disaster. Whether they were Democrat or Republican, they're saying this man is a disaster. And then you have those that are just I just love Biden, and I'm a Democrat, and I don't care if nobody say I'm going to be a Democrat for the day I die. You got that group that's so dumbed down, they can't see that this man's policies is killing them. So that's where the division comes. The division with Biden comes from his policies. The division with Trump when he was in office came from the mainstream media. Now you summarize that in your mind and see what the deal really is. But what Mike Pence is saying, the best choice will be Trump. He's imperfect, true, but his imperfections are null and void when it comes to policies. What are the best policies that this country needs? What is the best vision? Mike Pence talked about a vision. What's the best vision? I'll tell you what the best vision is. A vision that Trump has. A vision for the American people. That's what it is. Not a vision for the globalist elite that controls the other politicians. No. Satan, you a lying wonder. And that's my word on that. What do you guys think? Leave your comments in the comment section below. Like, share, and subscribe to my channel. God bless you all, and see you again.